very, very dark tea. Which I don't need dark tea. Maybe it's coffee. It is, what is today? Tuesday. It's Tuesday. And I was about to cook a chicken, but I decided to cook tacos because my family has eaten an obscene amount of chicken. Not me, because I was doing the colonoscopy prep, but I did buy stuff to make tacos, and Russell has voted on tacos. So alas, that's what we're having. And I'm going to put a little water in the taco meat because I always do. Well, I have a whole chicken in the refrigerator. And my subscriber YouTube members, yes, it's live, know that the last time I tried to cook a chicken, I basically threw up in the sink because it smelled so freaking bad. Oh, it is Tuesday. Well, then that makes sense to cook tacos today, right? I mean, I'm supposed to cook tacos. It's Tuesday. No, yeah, I didn't even think about the irony of the combination of talking about ice. You know, I hesitate to talk about anything that could be construed as political. I know you might feel shocked because some of you think this is all I do. Actually, those followers probably already left. But there are times when you just have to say something. And I just was thinking, so the other day, I'm minding my own business at school. In the morning, dropping Amos off at school last week. And this mother, who is clearly an American citizen, walks up and starts, the window is down, but she's doing this with her head in her hand. And I was like, because I'm me, I roll the window down. Well, she is bitching out this mother in front of me, who I know. She has a child in Amos's class, like I've known them a very long time, like a long time, over 12 years. And the woman that's yelling at her is just pure tea, going psycho, using terrible language in front of children. I mean, it was just ridiculous. And I was like, you need to stop that bad talking. And she was like, you can kiss my ass. I was like, well, that's not going to happen. And she said, well, you're a whore too. I was like, me, a whore. Do you know what I do on Saturday nights? I stay home and hot glue button nativities. I am like, not that. But anyway, my point is, like, I just watched a documentary today with my nurse, Susan Smith, American citizen, put her 2 children in a car, put the car down a ramp, and drowned them. Like, there are terrible human beings that are here legally. Would I like to ship them out? Yes. Yes, I would. I absolutely would. Are there criminals in this country that aren't here legally that we would like to ship out? Yes. Is anybody against a convicted rapist, murderer being deported back to their country? No. No, sirree, Bobby. No, 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 no. Well, I'm not. I have no problem with that. And so my husband, who is fairly conservative, I asked him last night, which is kind of why I feel comfortable talking about this, because he's kind of my, he's my, what's the word called? Not pogo stick. What is the thing called when you're like testing the water with something? My students are so scared. They're asking me if ice can get them from school. So my husband said, when Trump talked about getting out violent criminals, we were like, this is great, right? Great. Sounding board, no. Like the thing you put in the hot tub to see if what the alkalinity is, that. Well, what's happened in Charlotte, what's I assume happening in Raleigh, I don't know, but in Charlotte, there was an American citizen, and he was pulled over not once, but twice, but 3 times. And on the 3rd time, he was like, I'm not rolling the freaking window down, which you don't have to. Like, if you haven't done anything, you really don't have to, do it. A litmus test. Thank you, Lisa. And so they break open his car window. And I was thinking, okay, what if that was me? What if I were here in Edenton, minding my own business, and I had gotten pulled over already twice that day, and they said, where are your papers? Well, for one thing, I don't carry around a driver's license even, because it's never occurred to me that somebody's going to tell me I'm not where I'm supposed to be. But let's just say I would have my papers, because you know that you look Hispanic, so you better be here. At what point are you like, you can't just attack me? I am a citizen. You know, the old word is, at first they come for your neighbors, and then at some point somebody's going to come for you. I think that is an important thing. Karen said that was his first priority, then anyone here illegally. Karen, just go with me here. We have Americans who aren't doing jack doodly squat, selling drugs, doing whatever. Who would you rather see arrested? Okay, go with me here. Would you rather see arrested an American drug dealer, or a person here not legally that is like working, caring for their children, shopping, doing all the things they should do? I would rather go after people that are doing the wrong thing versus looking for someone who, because of their color, you think may be doing the wrong thing. The research from like Public Records Act showed that only 8% of people that are being detained actually have a criminal record. 8%. Being undocumented is a civil issue, not criminal. Well, I hadn't thought about that. Really smart. I don't know enough about the topic, honestly. So anyway, so my husband says, and I thought this was very intriguing, you know, because once upon a time, I'm conservative. You know, if you pay a lot of taxes, you generally, you know, don't want the government to, you die, they want you to pay taxes, then your children die, then they're supposed to pay taxes. I mean, you want less government interference. But what's happened is, you're stuck between a rock and a hard place. You've got these social nuts, and as my husband said, Donald Trump has ruined the Republican Party because he's gone off the deep end. Gone off the frickin' deep end. Yeah, there's no list. There's no list. I mean, why not arrest that woman that was bitching people out in the carpool line? Like, we are literally paying using our federal tax dollars. I wrote a check to the federal government that was more than a car, so they can go around and break the windows of American citizens who happen to look Hispanic. You know? No, I wrote the check. Me, check, wrote the check. Holy crap. And you know, at one point, most of us were all foreigners in a land. My family came over from Scotland. My great-grandfather, no, my great-great-grandfather, where in the hell's the taco stuff? Came from Scotland. He was a stonemason to build Ohio University in Athens, Ohio. That's where my, what the hell? This is not, oh shit. Stand and stuffed tacos. That's not what I ordered. Now I need taco stuff. I just think, maybe I've been quiet too long, but we have got to have these conversations, because if we don't have these conversations, then we're screwed. We are screwed. Seasoning mix. Do we think that's taco mix? Oh, I do new. Let's see. So anyway, oh, here's the taco kit. Here, we have a lot of taco kits. Tear the wall back down then, Karen. Bye. Well, Karen, you're allowed to have an opinion. It's not like people can't have an opinion. I mean, bye. See, that's what happens. You just lose followers. But I just hope somebody would speak up for me. I cannot, people are here are sponsored, and they can still be kicked out. If you are not a criminal, like, who do you think does a lot of work in our communities? Immigrants. Because a lot of people that are from the community, they ain't doing jack shit. Sorry, but people, if you got out of Guatemala to escape poverty, I know a family and a gang took their house. Tell me that you're living in a house and a gang takes it. Tell me that you should wait and come over legally. Have you ever had a child that was sick and they're like, well, I did. And they were like, you can get an appointment in 6 weeks. Amos was like projectile vomiting. And I was like, nope, I'm not going to get an appointment in 6 weeks. I'm going to drive 2 hours and go to the ER at Duke Hospital. And I'm going to sit there until they see me. So that's it. A lot of people that work here, well, one, North Carolina has sales tax. So if you think, well, they're not paying taxes. I know a woman that works at the chicken plant, Purdue chicken plant in Lumberton. And actually a lot of people work there. And they work at the Purdue chicken plant. And then they get money, they get paid actually by a middleman who, I don't know how it works. But it ain't the people that showed up getting here. They're not getting rich. But I mean, these are people that are working and hustling and doing all the right things. And I just don't think that's who we need to be going after. And then you might say, well, if you're here, you don't have to be legal here to go to public school. So then there was somebody that was like, well, the kids shouldn't be able to go to school. Is that what we want? Is that what we want? If you're not here legally and you're not contributing to Social Security, you're not getting Social Security either. So it doesn't really affect you at some point, right? I mean, I just, I'm sitting here making dinner for my family because I was born into the right family. And I was given an opportunity to be successful. And when I see people work really hard to be successful, I would like to support them. How about a feasible path to citizenship? That's a good idea. I like that idea too. Hold on, I need paper towels. Uh-oh. Ah. And holy cow, people are hustling to work. I mean, you like a roll of paper towels, I swear is $4. It is not it is not easy these days to do it much of anything, right? To me. I mean, I don't think there's one American, that isn't feeling the pinch of what's happening. Grocery bills, car insurance, flood insurance, house insurance, if you have a house. As a Charlotte resident, it's sad. Google Manolo's Bakery, they've had to shut down completely to protect their customers and staff. Like, is that what we want? We don't want people to be able to be open because we want to run around in little masks and gobble up people? I just don't get it. I do not get it. I don't get it. I don't agree with it. And I don't get it. Okay. Now we're going to take the taco meat and drain it into the paper towel. This. Okay. One time somebody told me that you just rinse the taco meat with cold water and pour it down the sink. Do not do that. We want them to come in. Well, of course people want to come in legally, but is it even possible? It doesn't seem possible. Does it? To me. I saw a news outlet, damage done to property during invalid arrest are rarely repaid by the government. I was wondering about that, the person whose window was broken out. Your bill was $250. Yeah. It's expensive. Okay, hold on. I'm getting water. Okay. Taco seasoning. 3/4 cup water. Water. Well, anybody that says things are getting cheaper is not buying anything. Health insurance, everything is more expensive. Health insurance, groceries, children, college. NC State said they raised their tuition for the first time in 9 years or something like that. Which, you don't blame them. But everything's more expensive. Everything is more expensive. And health insurance, what the hell are we supposed to do about this health insurance thing? Like, Obamacare is kind of brilliant to me. People might not like it, but my family had Obamacare. I've known more people that have had Obamacare than not. You pay according to what you make. And the benefit of that is you're getting people off the street that aren't insured that then cost everybody else a shit ton of money, right? Because if you go to the ER and you have to have an MRI and a this and that, you know who's paying for it? Everybody else that has insurance. So we want people to have insurance. It's a benefit. There's cash on that front table.
Yeah, I got it.
Okay. He's downstairs. I told him the the haircut.
Does he have shoes down there?
If not, his Hey Dudes are in that front closet.
Okay.
Thank you. We got a grease problem right here. Anyway. I just think at some point, we can all sit here with our heads in the sand until it's somebody in our child's class or somebody that has worked in your house, somebody that you've seen at a play at school, somebody that your child knows from ballet class, or maybe you play on the soccer team together, or maybe the husband is your child's coach. At some point we have got to stand up My children have Obamacare. It's an incredible benefit. Well, I just think it makes sense, but call me crazy. So what's going to happen is, in my mind, is that we're not going to have it anymore. And everybody's health insurance is going to keep going up. And you know, I'm all for people having opinions. If you don't like what I have to say, I really don't care. I mean, that's the benefit of living in a country. Like, it's awesome. We live in a country and we're allowed to disagree. I mean, what is better than that? I mean, I just think that is the best thing on the planet. Simmer for 4 minutes, okay? Right? I mean, it's awesome. I was thinking earlier today, I was like, you know, I need to do a video about, and I'm going to at some point this week when life slows down a little bit, about Medicaid and how we've been on a waiting list for Medicaid for 9 years. And you might be like, hide user on this channel. Goodbye, random guy. Benefit employers also. Nonprofit. Well, people need insurance. The Lord knows, I wish I had dental insurance. But we don't have it. So there's that. So we have a credit card. There. Just simmer that a minute. It's about people. And somebody said, oh, Trump's pardoning criminals. Well, let's go over something. Yes, he did pardon this billionaire Chinese dude who put $2 billion into the Trump cryptocurrency thing. But Biden pardoned his son. I mean, everybody, the Clintons, everybody's pardoned somebody. They're all doing it. So I think it's terrible. But I mean, hello, that seems bipartisan to me. You know, we got a thing. My son Thomas, if you have a child in a state university, at least in North Carolina, you get he wasn't convicted. Well, then why did he need pardoned if he wasn't convicted? You don't care that Biden pardoned his son. I don't know. That son seemed awfully sketchy to me. I mean, I can see that if you gave somebody a couple $1 million, they might pardon you. Anyway, I wish I had somebody putting $2 billion into something I owned, and I got $80 million a year in interest. That would be for Saudi Arabia. Oh, I know. I tell you what, and that Khashoggi that got killed in Saudi Arabia, I mean, that was terrible. Terrible. Anyway, once upon a time, people could vote for who they wanted to, and they could talk about it. Now they can't. Because if they talk about it, they might lose their own jobs. So you really get in a mess. So I just would like to say my page is an open place to talk, particularly my member subscriber group. And I mean, people don't always agree. Like, look, one of my members just said goodbye because she didn't like what I was saying. But you know, it's all fun and games until it happens at your back door or in your community. And then, or it's you know. So anyway, I just think it's important. Tuesday. I feel like I lived a year this week. Lived a freaking year. Had a colonoscopy yesterday, which was fine. I'm not a doctor, but I play one on TV. But I'm going to tell you something. If you're getting a colonoscopy, do the Miralax Dulcolax prep. Refuse to do any other kind because it is the best. I'm not a doctor, I just play one on television. I'm telling you, that is a game changer. True story. Your ACA premium went from $900 to $3,200. Yeah. Oh, I remember. I mean, we paid $2,000 to the ACA. I mean, Blair was 15 years ago. I mean, it's not an ideal insurance. I mean, you can see why people like go to work for the state so they have insurance. Or that people quit work so they can get Medicaid. I mean, that seemed, or get unmarried or something. That seemed like a good idea for a while. I wanted to buy Medicaid. Like, can I just have Medicaid for Amos? We'll pay for it. Because I just wanted to get him therapy and different stuff, you know? And Medicaid has the best benefits, but you can't buy it, which seems unfair. Or like federal health insurance. Anyway. I like that noise. Look. Noise. Has your premium gone up for your family? Well, evidently it has. My husband said it went up $400. We don't have ACA insurance anymore. We have it through the North Carolina Bar. Oh, but somebody was saying you ought to get it. A good friend of mine was saying, you know, the kids getting it through the university is probably cheaper. But I think we have a family plan, so we pay no matter how many kids we have on it. So there's that. There's that. Anyway. That's a horrible noise. Oh, I took a... It's not fair for those who won't have any insurance and children will suffer. Yeah, there's just a lot more people that I think we could go after. And, I mean, get the drug dealers. Like, go after them all day long. But you still can't just go in and, like, randomly arrest people because you think they look like a drug dealer, you know? I mean, we do have laws in this country. Even federal, they still have to follow some laws. Shoo-wee. McMoses. All right. I'm working on my dinner. It's 4 o'clock. The woods eat early. Goodbye. Tonight, I'll be on a Zoom at 6 o'clock. And on Wednesday, I'll be on a lunch chat. Wednesday? Tomorrow. With Kate and Carrie Cariello. Because the new book, Autism Out Loud, is $10 right now on Amazon. But anyway, tell me how you feel. If you haven't subscribed to my page, it's free. Double click it to like it and subscribe.